Hey there, Virgo. I am doing a reading for you. These are timeless readings for really whoever finds it, but I am titling it a Virgo reading, thinking of it from that perspective. So thanks for joining me. Let's see what's going on.
Okay, so I want to talk about the energy I am sensing here. Uh, the words blessings and preparation are mentioned in the title, and I want to jump into what that really entails in this message. Actually, really jump into, um, go to that place of imagining readiness, not waiting for some particular thing to arrive, but being so incredibly in sync with yourself that opportunities are able to land. Some people develop their internal foundation and then notice shifts starting to reflect that development. Let's explore what that might look like. This message calls you to consider, what does it mean to be prepared for good things? Not just longing for them, not just wishing they were here, but being structurally, physically, emotionally, energetically ready to receive them. You may empathize with this as the difference in imagining and capacity between desiring and being strong enough to hold can seem like you've been busy doing invisible work, changing internally, setting boundaries, breaking patterns, getting your space ready without knowing what to do with it. Some people equate this with preparing a room without knowing who to put into it, trusting that the space itself matters. Hold on, let me settle with this. This message offers a visualization of tending to soil, turning it over, nurturing it, preparing it for planting, not forcefully, but simply creating the circumstances for growth. Imagine what happens when you no longer grip so intensely. When you relinquish the need to control how every situation unfolds, when you solely focus on becoming a person ready to receive what they request, some people experience this as a softening, like their entire system softens, like they've been holding their breath for a long time and can finally exhale. This message invites you to identify where you may be blocking your own openings, not from lack of effort, but from overexertion, from trying so hard you've squeezed every last bit out. Picture a fist clenched so firmly nothing else can get in. And now visualize that fist opening, palm turned outward, able to receive. May feel exposed to be so receptive, like you're putting yourself at risk for disappointment. But this message implies no, actually, that openness is power, not weakness. That having the willingness to receive takes more bravery than closing down. Let me slow down here. Um, this message encourages you to reflect on what you have been requesting, not out loud necessarily, but through your quiet wishing, in your private hope, in fantasies you dare not speak aloud because they feel too delicate. Some individuals carry their longing so intently they virtually hide it from themselves. Like if they keep it hidden, disappointment won't locate them. May recognize this self protection, this way of desiring something while pretending they desire it so much less. This can seem more secure, but this message asks, what if safety isn't truly what you seek today? What if what you hunger for is to face all the truth of your longing? To stop minimizing it, to stop shrinking, to make room for it. Hold on. This message depicts someone who has been good for a very long time. Eager, considerate, appropriate, next in line, enduring less, convincing themselves they're good with crumbs, and then something inside says, actually, I want the whole meal. Actually, I deserve the entire plate. Imagine that voice growing louder, not automated, not entitled, just steady, may feel like awakening, like realizing you've been accepting situations that aren't a true reflection of your value. Some describe this as a defining moment where they acknowledge they can go on living how they have been, safe, small, unchallenged, or they can move into something bigger, something that accommodates their growth. This message reminds you of where you've expanded past your present forms. You may see clothes that no longer fit, relationships that don't feel spacious, habits that no longer sustain, self beliefs that are obsolete. Can seem like your life is constricting, like you require shedding layers to breathe. This message suggests that this unease is a message that outgrowing places is an indicator of health, not failure. Let me delve into this more. This message invites you to pick apart your notion of blessing, not magic, not cosmic bonuses to good behavior, but the natural aftermath of connection. When you transform internally, exteriors tend to move in tandem, not because of some magical pushing and pulling, simply because you're showing up in a different way, making a different decisions, enforcing different limits, accepting different things. Some individuals notice suddenly spotting opportunities that were most likely always there, but they weren't aware of them thanks to old habits, distant memories, and old beliefs. You may notice moments where your mind exclaims, "How did I not see that before?" And the honest to goodness explanation is, you weren't ready to see that before. Your energy had to line up. Imagine your frequency as a radio, and your perception of opportunities is only accessible when you're set to the right radio station. Can seem like the universe jumps to provide you with things, but in reality, it's you who is suddenly available to process what's right in front of you. This message offers a picture of a doorway that's been open all along. You just couldn't cross it until now because you were way down, or you faced the wrong way, or you believed you weren't allowed. Hold on. Let me sit with this. This message encourages you to observe what you have been relinquishing: old limits, old personae, outdated defenses that have begun to imprison you. Some individuals experience this period as mourning, saying goodbye to who they previously were, saying farewell to relationships that can't accompany them, saying farewell to the familiarity that kept them stuck in the first place. You may notice yourself crying for no clear reason, feeling fragile, feeling tender. It can seem like something's amiss. But this message offers this perspective that you're releasing, that this tenderness stands for evolution, not breakdown, that this tenderness symbolizes truth, not numbness. Some need to mourn before they can accept, have to unload to make room for more. This message depicts a closet being purged. You can't hang up new clothes if there isn't space. Can you envision your emotional closet right now? What's occupied space that is not an extension of you anymore? What are you clutching onto from guilt, obligation, or fright? What would you let go of if you knew releasing it wouldn't leave you at a loss? Can seem scary to clear space, like you're tempting luck, like something unpleasant will plop down in your empty spot. But this message urges you to try the opposite, that empty spaces are opportunities, that unaware noise is where the new melody can be heard. That pause is where the fresh path is lit. Let me slow down here. This message aims to help you seek out what truly sparks joy, not big, show stopping occurrences, but inward transformations that hit like salvation, like recognizing a puzzle piece that previously caused confusion, like pardoning yourself for something you're still carrying, like choosing yourself in a split second where you thought better of another. Some people may pick up on this as quiet not loud laughter, just fluent belief, a settling into their soul that everything's lining up. Some recognize this as things aligning, that they're in step with where they're supposed to be now, as if their whole life is slotting peacefully into the right places. This message suggests that good things could approach you, not because you hunted them, not because you willed them through giving up, but because you transformed into someone capable of maintaining them, someone who won't sabotage the blessing, someone who will happily peek into a gift without worrying about the cost. Hold on. This message prompts you to look at how you regard receiving. Some are excellent providers, benevolent, mindful, always with an eye toward others, but awkward receivers, uncomfortable with admiration, hostile toward assistance, convincing themselves they don't warrant comfort. Can you imagine how it would feel to receive as astutely as you give? To let a loved one see you, celebrate you, connect with you without making yourself into a shield or discounting their effort, can seem intimidating to simply accept, like you have a unpaid account. But this message suggests the act of receiving is gratification, its own self, nothing else to do, no strings attached, simply openness. Some could use this practice, mouthing thanks without but, hugging a gift without an explanation, allowing abundance to be enough without triangulating with fear. You may notice how odd this feels initially, how you wish to deny it, how you are determined to dismiss it. This message instructs you to dwell in this denial, to administer it, to permit yourself blessings through the discomfort. Let me articulate readiness more clearly. This message empowers you to ask, how do you determine if someone is ready for blessings? Not deserving. Unless someone is deserving, then no one is. But stay empowered. Do you think you will flunk at being able to handle abundance? Can you wait, love, without wrapping it to save for later? Can you accept happiness without it tumbling to the ground in your hands? Some have endured too much devastation to carry on carrying any wealth. Their hands have trained to stay vacant. May flip through the catalog of your own silence. How effortlessly you shelve the good things. How you learn to divert your focus. How you use combativeness to generate chaos. It's habitual, automatic, but this message prompts, why are you convinced you need to be protected from the very good things you crave? From melancholy, from transparency, from succeeding, actually succeeding. Picture yourself just accepting contentment, requiring no other permission, waiting for no other evidence it will last, just relishing it right now. Somehow, this sounds like upheaval, like shattering a family curse, like going down a different road from the hardship you've experienced. This message is about the prosperity cradling you when you take the wheel. Who takes responsibility for saying, the pain ends now? Who opts for moderation in a strange new way? Hold on, let me sit here. This message points out the tiny bonbons bombarding you already, not to dishonor what you hope for, but to get acquainted, to help your system look for blessings so it doesn't dodge them. Some are such enthusiasts to what they're missing, they can't glimpse what they possess. So fixated on the future, they overlook the present. Perhaps you find that thankfulness for current blessings makes headway for what's upcoming. Absolutely not falsehood, simply sincere admiration. This is tough and I'm staying present. This isn't what I longed for, but I'm embracing the meaning. This is parked in front of me longer than I wanted, but I'm developing. Can seem like holding one hand to one flame and the other to another. The ache and the achievement, the craving, and the fulfillment. This message offers the certainty that you are closing in, not by the calendar, but in synchronization, that the routine you've been constructing is inducing change you haven't seen yet, like tree roots beneath the dirt before anything sprouts. Some give up right before they grow a sprig, right before the tree busts through the earth, because they simply can't see the root system. This might be where you are right now, in the mysterious, lush ground where everything is doing its job. It can seem like nothing is transforming, but this message entreats you to be calm in the unseeable, to keep coming, even in the absence of advancing, to trust that your labor is providing fruits that you just can't observe. Visualize sowing a seed and checking up on it every day. You won't notice action, but that doesn't mean it's not underway. Breathe. This message doesn't make specific guarantees. Doesn't guarantee a particular something is drawing near. It just asks you to notice where you're daily waking up, where your frame of mind is deepening, where your previous confines are gradually dissolving. You may be aware of the feeling of expectance, not assurance, not outlook, just potential unsealing itself where previously it was sealed. Maybe peace. Maybe there's always been more personal room than you thought last year, last month. This message urges you to embrace it, to conceive of it as the blessing, not a preparatory action for success to arrive tomorrow, but as blessing appearing today. Take what says here softly and allow to slip away anything else. And believe that whatever's resonated with you is moving already. Not because it's predestined, but because you're cultivating conditions for it through your choices of how to show up.